Vancouver high earners, do you want your exit plan? This is for you. Vancouver doesn't have an affordability crisis. It has a strategy crisis. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to pick the right first asset without becoming a 3 a.m. landlord, without overextending, and I'll share my 5-step MENA method checklist at the end. I'll show you how to buy your first right asset. Your first home isn't a trophy, it's a tool. In the next few minutes, you'll get a simple checklist to underwrite a deal like an operator, 3 lesser known levers in BC, which most buyers actually miss, and a framework to turn one purchase into a portfolio. Real estate first, then other tangible assets. This is for high earning young professionals who want options and not overtime. Not the I'll buy when the market crashes again type of buyer. So the perfect timing is a myth. Exit options are the edge. I'm Mina, a design major, MBA, ex-consultant. I come with over a decade of my own acquisitions, and I'm now a realtor and a global real estate advisor with Sotheby's. I walked away from corporate burnout because my assets paid my non-negotiables. I help clients do the same now, quietly and strategically. Freedom ultimately isn't a vibe, it's cash flow and exit ramps. So let me take you through a few case studies. Case 1, a tech PM in their 30s, we skipped the dream condo and bought a flexible high demand unit. Numbers first, neighborhood second. 12 months later, we're looking at refinance options and the next step is already planned. The second case, a healthcare professional, also early 30s, wanted peace and not property management. So we underwrote conservative rents, chose a layout with legal flexibility, and the result, steady tenant demand, stress down, options up. Finally, in the third case, a founder couple. We ignored the glossy, flashy lobby. We optimized a secondary suite where it was permitted, and the final result, resilient cash flow and a ladder to property 2. The common thread in all of these scenarios is don't chase cheap. Chase use, yield, and exits. Now, I totally get it. We're surrounded by and fed limiting beliefs all day, every single day. So let's debunk a few common myths that I hear all the time. The first myth, I need to find the perfect place. Here's the truth, you actually don't. What you need is the right asset with multiple exits. The second myth, I must wait for the rates to fall. Okay, here's the truth. No, actually, you don't. You can structure terms that protect the downside. And the third myth, which is applicable in various contexts, is it's all or nothing. No, that's absolutely false. You can stage your steps and compound your position. So let me share with you a little bit about my own personal experience. Having grown up in BC, externally, Vancouver felt impossible. Looking at the stress tests, the headlines, all the bidding noise, and then internally, I was battling perfection and overanalysis paralysis. I wanted the address, not necessarily the asset, and that was the kind of thinking that cost me time. But it was ultimately the discipline that brought me returns. Design taste is great, investor discipline is much better. In reflection, those feelings ultimately brought me the epiphany, which was to buy the right and not the perfect. Focus on flexible use, conservative underwriting, and multiple exits. And as I was working in New York, arguably the center of the world, and continuing my search for strategic real estate investments, I really started to notice a significant gap in the services offered by the realtors that I was personally working with. That's not all realtors, but the ones that I experienced. And that's what really transformed into the opportunity to forge a new path, which is a real estate and tangible assets advisor, and now a licensed realtor, backed by Sotheby's reach and credibility. I action like an operator and investor, and I'm specialized in curating strategic opportunities to build anyone's net worth. This is what led to the MENA method, a 5-step framework that is customized according to each client that I work with. First, we clarify your goals and your runway risk. Second, we underwrite effectively according to rents, vacancy, stress tests, and CapEx. Third, acquire, where terms are set in place to protect the downside. And fourth, we optimize. How do we do that? By evaluating suite strategy, light value adds, and compliance. Finally, we compound, whereby equity and experience are leveraged for the next asset to then graduate into other tangible assets beyond real estate. Here, we're not shopping for homes, we're running the method. And if it fails one step, then it's not a deal. While running the MENA method, it's key to understand which levers are available to you. So let's review a few of them. The first lever, use over aesthetic. Prioritize properties with flexible legal use cases, such as secondary or lock-off suites, where it's permitted. Flex keeps cash flow resilient. Lever 2, stage the capital. We can explore structures like stage deposits and vendor credits when and where it's appropriate. Policies evolve, designed for durability. Lever 3, let the tenant qualify the asset. We can underwrite so conservative rent covers the story, mortgage, taxes, and maintenance. Some lenders also consider a portion of rental income, so we can plan around what's current and what's sustainable. The tenant should be the one who makes the math make sense. And if you're still watching this, I know that you're serious and that you've likely waited for perfect rates. You've probably even toured with some vibe-driven agents, and perhaps you've built some midnight spreadsheets. But if you're still feeling stuck, it's the framework, it's not you. Imagine choosing projects because your assets pay life's bills. Clear your mind, you have better sleep and sharper deals. Would it be okay if I showed you how to do this with me? There's no pressure at all, just the framework tailored to you. You get strategy, discretion, and access, plus the Sotheby's platform behind us. Ultimately, if your money works harder, you don't have to. You get to plan to build your net worth through real estate and then diversify into other tangible assets, having me with you along the way. I've spent years in my own capital learning this, so you skip the missteps, you keep the options, and if you want help applying the MENA method, use the link below to book a complimentary strategy call. Let's build your exit ramps and start with the right asset. The rest of it compounds. If you found this helpful, please be sure to subscribe, give it a like, share it with someone who you think might be interested, and follow at the MENA Mindset for real and comment below. I'd love to hear more about what you'd like to learn more about. Thanks again.